Grand rising, lovelies. It's like 8:30 here in the morning in Hawaii. The day is totally on the way everywhere else in the world. In the background playing is a channel on YouTube called Palladium Awakening, just so you know. Copyright to the music in the background goes to them. So this past week I've gone through a bunch of activations, and I never have posted a live video here on this channel before. I'm guided to do this morning. Went through a lot of activations this week, a lot of downloads, a lot of healing, a lot of letting go. It was way rough. Oh my god, it was so rough. And I had to do it all in public, you see. I'm camping. And I'm right here. Everybody walks by, fucking on their hands and knees, crying to heal the freaking world. And the bullies and the elites and all them that, like, they need it the most because they really think that separation and control is the way, and it's because of a hardened heart and a big cancerous ego. And it is whatever. Recently I found a video of a 7th generation Illuminati saying the exact plans they have for the world. And that brought me to want to make this video, and this video, I'm making it because I want to talk about consent. It's major. It's very major. So I'm just going to start with the video from the Illuminati, right? And they're so fucking honest. Pardon my French. But they're so honest. They literally just said, we see you as slaves, the general populace as slaves. We want you to have to sacrifice everything and be under control and pay us to do it. And then, like, all this other stuff. It's I don't know if I posted it on this channel or not, but at the end they say they don't only want your money, they're gonna have you sacrifice your privacy. They'll sacrifice your values and your morals, and then they're gonna come for your souls. Well, dang. All is being revealed, like it's been said, and they're just being flat out, blatantly, obviously, right in your face telling you. And this is where the consent comes in. Because all that fine print and contracts that you don't read, or all of the things that have been shown in your face that you just refuse to believe, and now they're coming to light. And you know what, we were programmed to not believe a lot of the truth because we were told it was lies, and that's the whole inversion of this matrix. But we gave away our consent by complacency, by just taking it and believing what we were told and never questioning it in our hearts and our souls. Or when you felt it wasn't right, you still didn't do it the right thing because you ignored all the signs, because you were programmed. Remember that phrase, get with the program? They threw everything out in front of our faces. And because sometimes it says, oh, it's for entertainment purposes only, or it's put out as entertainment, we say, oh, it's just entertainment. But here's the thing. You have a thing inside of you called discernment, unless it's taken from you. But look within. Feel your heart, your mind, your heart, and your gut. They work together. Tap into what you're feeling in the moment, and you'll know. But you gotta take a breath to do that. Like, don't just be like, oh, this is what everybody's doing, I gotta do it, and just keep doing. The thing is that man doesn't want you to have time to take a breath in a moment to check in with yourself, and wants you to be reactionary and keep in the cycle that they have programmed you with. And because you don't take a breath and take a moment to chill out and relax and actually check in with yourself and decide and discern what's right in your soul, you give your consent away. You give your consent away by ignoring the obvious, by just pushing it away and saying, oh yeah, I don't believe that, or whatever. They said it was just entertainment, it's just fiction, the masses don't believe it, it's just put out there as there's a great one that they really illusioned everybody with, conspiracy theory. Isn't that a great, look at those conspiracy theorists. Oh, well, yeah, you know what? and just like, all these other things that put you in fear or make you want to like sit there and point a finger at other people. Well, they don't want you. They fucking, the Illuminati just put out videos, dude. They told you. They don't want you free. They don't want you thinking. They hid a bunch of shit from you. They don't want you to think. There's a great quote that says, we want a nation of workers, quote unquote slaves, not a nation of thinkers, quote unquote unsovereign beings. So it's been the plan. So consent by ignoring what has been put in front of your face, or just saying, I don't want to deal with it, I don't believe it, whatever, it doesn't concern me, I don't care. You consented to all that's coming. When you give it away by not giving a shit. When you decide not to decide, you decided. Deciding to not to decide is a decision. And the decision made by not deciding is complacency and compliancy. And then you gave away your consent, whether or not you wanted to or not, or intended to, but by deciding to not decide or deciding to be compliant or complacent, you made a decision. Deciding to ignore something. It's their choices in every moment. My choice to make the video or not make a video. It's a choice. It's always a choice. There's always a choice in the moment, and it doesn't mean it's easy. Sometimes it feels like there's no choice because the consequences that you foresee make it like your ego's like, there's no choice. I won't live through that. But guess what? Let go and let God, and you can live through anything. And guess what? Death is not like final. It's not like death is a rebirth, okay? Every ending is a new beginning. When you die, which is a God-given, beautiful graduation gift, you get to leave a physical limited. This physicality is limiting. Fucking whatever. It holds us in, but we are spirit being held in this physical being. Now, in this physical being, we have limits until we unlock in our brains, in our hearts, in our souls, in our mind, everything, until we do the work to get rid of all of those programming BS they put out that made us compliant, that made us complacent, that said we don't care, we're gonna buy the lies and just believe it, instead of doing the homework and checking in with yourself and checking in with God. Okay? Consent is real. It is so freaking real. There are nuances and gray areas, and guess what? I'm pretty pissed because the darker forces have manipulated consent out of the masses by presenting shit and everybody just eating it up without checking it. And those who do the work to check the fucking bullshit that the man presented and everybody ate, those who dare to question it, they tagged as conspiracy theorists. You understand the game. They want you to be pointing a finger at the truth and condemning it as lies and laughing at it. Because this is the time where they're going to fucking corrupt your souls to come collect it for the enemy. The enemy, in whatever name you want to kid it. Because if it is against your soul and your human condition and your God-given rights that you were born with, then it is the enemy against your life. It is an enemy against your soul, against your very existence. It is the enemy to sit there and condition you and program you away from God. And also, by the way, take everything that God gave us in abundance or free that was healthy and divine. They took it all. It was given to us in abundance or free. We did not have lack to begin. The fall of man, the corruption code, I don't give a crap what name you want to freaking give it, because everybody's all caught up on fighting over labels. Get over it, egos. Get rid of the labels. Did you get the message? It's not about the label, it's about the message in your heart. Did you get it? So screw the labels. Now, I forgot what I was saying. But don't get caught up on the labels. You need to get the message in your soul and your heart. And everybody has certain ways of receiving information. We were all brought up with certain ways that we received information. The way that we were taught. In New England, there's just different words. In Hawaii, there's different words. In India, there's different words in different languages. Oh my God. Imagine that. Well, there are certain ways when you're in certain ways of the areas of the world where you're programmed in those certain ways of the world where you're born. And you only understand at those points certain information through certain wording. So, if you are truly trying to get the message that Yeshua came with, that Buddha came with the ascended masters and all of the saints, all of them, the angels, everything, the benevolent messages. Y'all arguing over who sent them, but guess what? The Creator sent them. God sent them. Why are you all upset about which messenger brought it? God sent different messengers to different parts because they had a different way to receive the information. You understand? The way things are worded, the nuances matter. Because see, I'm a recovering Catholic. When I read the 4 agreements and it said impeccable, and impeccable means to be without sin against yourself or whatever it was, but the word sin came up. Oh, well, sin made me have to take a step back from learning that, because as a recovering Catholic, I had to sit with the word sin because it didn't resonate with me in the way that it was, okay? But it's okay. I got over it and I understand it in a different way. I had to go relearn the word sin and impeccable and relearn it in my system and rewire it in my head the way I needed to understand it. Because when someone came at me with the book came at me with the word sin, it blocked my receiving of the information because of trauma I received as a child. So all those little words and the way people receive information, the certain words you use. You could say something to someone the same way a million times, and someone comes along and says the same thing in like 2 different words, and the person gets it. And yeah, your ego's gonna be like, well, I told you that a million times. Well, your ego, guess what? You weren't their messenger. Okay? The message through you, though you had it right, wasn't you. You had the message right. The person receiving needs to receive it in a way that they are able to receive it. We can only meet each other where we're at. Some people aren't at a point where you can use big, expansive fucking things and explain things like that. Some people are at a point where you need to, bring it down a level, because just like school, there are different levels and layers of the truth that you have to build upon. You can't just go to, quantum physics or, this major spiritual, it's all entangled, by the way. Quantum physics, spirituality, metaphysics, they're all the same. They're different ways to explain it, okay? Even science explains spirituality in different ways. They're different languages, and just because it's all in English or it's all in Spanish doesn't mean that it's not a different language. Science talk is a different language than spirituality talk, but they say and point to the same thing. They all support each other in different words, in different explanations, but everybody wants to fight over it. There's no fighting needed. Get the gist of it. All of the separation and all of the labels are what is making us, the egos, the cancerous egos, fight for dominancy of being right. Dude, humans are supposed to receive the message and promote the message, not sit there and fight over who gave the message and the ego who wants to be right. Shut up, ego. You're beautiful, but calm it a bit. God's right. Okay? The message is right. It doesn't matter who sent it. We're waging wars over religion. The religious stuff doesn't make sense. Alright? Do unto others as you want done unto your inner child, and how your inner child would do unto them. Be your inner child. Okay? They say to enter the gates of heaven, you have to be like a child. Yeah, you do. And I'll tell you what, I act like a little kid all the freaking time, and I tell you what, I'm blissed out a lot. Until, of course, I see the way people are treating each other and all that, and then I go through my trauma, and I have to freaking process it, and I have to release it, and sometimes I transmute other things. I got a job to do, and one of mine is just transmuting. It's okay. That's kind of, whatever, doing it all in public, but that's where God wants me. Right out in front of everybody, where everybody gathers around. And do your freaking work. Your inner work. Show everybody what healing looks like. Right, I look like a crazy person. And it feels fucking crazy too. But this is the purging. This is the letting go, the releasing of the programming, the releasing of the trauma and transmuting it into beauty. And we are all capable of doing it. We just got to get to the point where we can let our cancerous egos die. You cannot receive anything if your hands are full, because when you go to grasp it, you're going to drop something, right? Unless you're going to just make new hands. I don't know, but we're human existence right now. We have two hands. But if they're both full, you're not able to receive anything, and you're not even going to be able to see anything to drop what you have and grab for the miracle, because your hands are full, and it's full of man-made shit that lacks integrity. It's all meant to break so that you have to buy it again and be a slave. Just like the Illuminati told you. You have to be a slave. They want slaves. And that's what they've done. They take everything that man makes and they put it to lack integrity. It all breaks and it's all a cycle. So you have to go work for them to replace the things that they made that would break. So you'd have to go work again. And then funny thing is that they set this up a long ago. There were generations where the integrity in the products made, there were integrity and things lasted a long time, and that was a part of the plan. They set it up so that there were generations of really good products, and everybody had pride, and it fed the ego. Everybody had pride. Oh, we make things that last. And then they kept the pride illusion going, but they took away the integrity. So now everybody's promoting their products with integrity. It's the best, but it breaks. It breaks easy peasy, and you gotta go buy more. And that's what they want. They want you to have to keep buying it again and again and again. But they took everything that God gave us that had integrity and corrupted it, and they're still killing it. We never got it back. We didn't get it back. The water we got back is poisoned. They put fluoride in it. We need the fluoride in a toothpaste. That's what they told you. And again, just because the government told you something or an authority figure tells you something does not mean you take it as if it is gospel and the word of God. You are supposed to do your work and sit there and discern whether or not it's truth and find out if it is. You don't just take the word of man. You don't just take the word of a corporation, bruh. Seriously? Do the work, because the time is nigh, okay? The game has been fucking upped. They're coming out and telling you straight up to your face the moves they're making, the plays they have, and exactly what their end game is. And if you're not going to take it seriously, well, you might as well just turn over, get on your hands and knees, hold your butt wide open, and ask them for some more. Because it's coming and you're going to get it. And it sucks. I don't want you to. I don't want you to. But they're telling you that's what they want. And they're going to rip it out of you. They're going to eat your soul. They're going to take it. They've already poisoned it to where you don't believe that God even talks to us anymore. That God even has a connection to us. We're humans. We were born with a connection to God. The man took it away. They claim they own you on paper. Okay? Because they put your footprint on paper and they made a deal with some evil entity that said that paper holds weight. Paper can burn. Paper can disintegrate into water. Yo, paper don't mean poop. It don't mean nothing. They don't own you. They want you to think they own you. And they want you to even say they own you so much that you have to go fill out legal paperwork to claim your sovereignty back. Bullshit. You claim it back with the right God gave you. Your birthright. Declare it in the name of the Creator. Declare it in the name of Yeshua. Declare it in the name of God. You are a sovereign being. You are not property. Though they want to tell you you're property because they gave you a social security number and they gave you all of this stuff. You're not property. You are a sovereign being. Don't be fooled. You do not have to fill out paperwork to be a sovereign being. Take it back in your heart, in your sovereign heart. Just like the music just said right behind me. How you like that alignment? Take it back in your sovereign heart. They don't own that. They don't own your soul yet unless you actually gave it to them. But you can always get it back, because if it wasn't in black and white and there were nuances where you didn't really know, and you go back to God and you say, hey God, you know what? I made a mistake. I complied and I gave my soul away without realizing it. and I want it back, God will step up and restore it. Do you get it? But I do think that maybe if you have purposely and very willingly, as a sovereign being, pledged your allegiance to that dark, to the enemy, I think there may still be repentance and whatnot, but there are nuances in how it needs to go about. All I gotta say is, you can get it back. How? What the record? Well, I don't fucking know. Alright? There are nuances, and nuances are definitely different for each person. Okay? I don't know what your journey is. I don't know what you've done. I don't know what contracts you signed. I have no clue. Okay? And I could read your story. I don't want to. Okay? I don't want to. It's yours. I got my own. But whatever it is that your life is, when you go to God and ask for your fucking soul to be restored or to get back what you've lost to the enemy by giving permission, it will be different for every one of us on what is needed, okay? But you don't go through a man to do it. You go to your heart space. And you sit there silently, or if out loud, if you want to pray out loud. It doesn't matter. But you don't go seeking anything to man. You go directly to God. Or go through Yeshua. But I'm not telling you don't have to go through a man. Go through Yeshua. Go to God. Do whatever you need to. Meditate. But you go and you ask for that back. Whatever it is that you're going to be told on how to do it or what you have to do, I don't know, go. But I pray that you do understand, overstand, and I came up with a new term called try-standing, because everybody's like, oh, I don't understand, I like understand, I don't like understand, I don't like overstand. Well, how about try-standing? So you get a trifecta effect of a complete try-standing. Inner, over, and under, okay? Let's try-stand it all. So now that when you get the truth and you get a try-standing of it, great. Please find your discernment when the truth is presented. Don't give away your consent by just ignoring the truth, ignoring what is being shown, and just I wanted to just put this out there too. When Christ died on the cross, who was he? He was one of the homeless people on the street, who was with the beggars, who was with the murderers, who were with the people who were the cast-outs of society. And he fought against society to bring back connection to the Creator. How he told you to do it. And then he told you also that after his time, that there were going to be more coming. And they were going to be doing more things than he's ever done. And to sit there and actually say, oh, I don't believe that's true, but you believe everything else, then come on, yo. You're feeding your ego with that one. Either you believe it or you don't. I mean, if you're going to pick out the parts that make you feel like crap and keep you under the thumb, but don't ever believe in the greater things and the miracles that he predicted, then, come on, yo. You're selling yourself short. But anyway, if there's people out there pointing their fingers at the homeless, pointing their fingers at the people who aren't fitting in and condemning them and saying they don't have a right to live, they don't have a right to be in existence, them, whoever has that judgment and that condemnation, that is Antichrist energy. It is an energy form. So when there's judgment and condemning and upon our fellow humans, what are supposed to be humans, although unfortunately our connection to God has been cut off, and that was all a great plan too. We can get it back. But that's Antichrist energy that's telling you that those people don't have a right to exist. Because seriously, you're literally going, that mentality is making you miserable, Because, see, people sit there and want to say, hey, we don't like seeing those kind people around, and we don't like them hiding in the bush. We don't want them to exist. Get rid of where they're staying so that we have to see them. But you complain that you see them. But you want to take away the places they hide so you don't have to see them. You're causing your own grief by taking away the places where the people that don't fit in hide and saying you don't want to see them. I mean, do you try, Stan? That's insane. You are the cause of your own suffering with your Antichrist energy. I just needed to put that out there. Stop pointing and judging, because you're literally embodying the Antichrist energy. And everybody here, we're all equal.
Anything work?
Yes, sir, brah. Hold on, I'll be right back.